If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. Okay, so y'all have probably seen this go around for the past couple of days, but there has been some speculation. There have been, some rumors about Kendrick possibly dropping his new album, Oklama, or whatever it will be called, on February 4th. And I've probably heard about this website, Oklama2022.com, which has been going around and which people have been talking about. And today I wanted to give y'all my take on this and go over all the information we have on this. So let's jump straight into it. So a couple of days ago, a website called Oklama2022.com surfaced. It was also published by a Twitter account that goes by the same name that is not really big, but a lot of people speculated that Kendrick might actually be behind this Twitter account and then also this website. But when you go to the website, you can see a counter that decreases by I think it's the millisecond, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can definitely see it's decreasing. And so people have done the math and all that, and this counter leads or ends on February 4th. And February 4th is also a Friday, so a possible release date for a single, for an EP, for an album, for whatever, an artist wants to drop that day. Speculations about this are, of course, very divided, and most fans have come to the conclusion that this is not actually the official release date or the official Twitter account or website from Kendrick, but rather just someone trolling or just someone, not doing this as part of an official release plan. But the funny thing is that this thing was so hyped up and there was so much momentum behind this that even, for example, Rap TV, who are a very popular news outlet for hip-hop on, for example, Instagram, have posted about this and were like, yo, is Kendrick dropping on February 4th? And so people actually speculated that this might actually be the official release date. As I said, most people agree now that this is likely not going to be the album drop of Oklama, or as I said, whatever he wants to do with the album, but there is a possibility, just because a lot of people agree on that date, February 4th, that Friday, that we might get a single that day, a music video, something, an announcement, something to just, hype up the release of his new album coming out 2022, his last one on TDE now, which he confirmed last year in 2021 that, he'll drop one more album and then go on to do his own thing, PG Lang, whatever he wants to do, and this will be his last studio album under TDE, which is a historic moment because, Kendrick just completely made TDE and was just always, the face of it. When you thought about TDE, it was Kendrick. So yeah, that's the one thing, he's dropping his last album, and people think that now we're going to get something on February 4th. Even if it's not the album, we actually might get a single, music video, announcement, trailer, whatever, because a lot of people do agree on this date that something's going to happen. The Reddit, for example, the Kendrick Lamar subreddit, disagrees on this one. For example, I found this post with someone who asked if someone can do the math on when this timer actually runs out. It also said, it seems like to me it could be the album drop. So again, people really thought that there is actually something behind this. But then people replied, for example, this one guy said, fam, look at the source code. When the timer runs out, it's going to link to porn. When I looked at the source code, I couldn't find any link to that. Not that I was looking, but I was just interested. So if you are more into that, please let me know, but I really couldn't find any link to that, so I don't know if that was the reason that it's fake. Another person also says, if it's any type of music release, it's probably a single/music video. Highly doubt he just dropped the album without any rollout, but a random site and timer. It could also just be announcing an album or single, or nothing related to the album at all. So as I was saying, maybe just an announcement, maybe just a single or music video, just something to give the fans, to kind of bridge the gap in between this long time now that it's been since Kendrick dropped. It is kind of funny to have a random site with just a counter going down by the millisecond until February 4th cause this much hype in the community and in hip-hop generally, because everybody jumped on this and was like, oh, Kendrick is dropping again, we got this timer, we got this Twitter account, we got got this, new website, Oklama2022.com. It was really funny to see, how Kendrick is such an important figure in hip-hop that even if this is fake, people immediately jumped on this and were like, this is really important. To me, that just shows that when the actual album comes around with the actual official, announcement and release date and anything like that, this will be a huge release if people already jumped on a fake site like this, in the huge way that they did. So, I think that Oklama or whatever, it's going to be a rock album. He talked about it a couple of times. He wants to infuse rock a little bit. But also, we might see more of that in the future under PG Lang, and now he still wants to do like a hip-hop album under TDE, but he did say his next album was going to be rock influenced. So this thing is going to be huge once it drops. I mean, it's been 5 years now. Damn dropped in the summer of 2017, or in spring to summer. So, that's 5 years now that we haven't gotten new Kendrick music. Of course, in 2018, we got the Black Panther soundtrack, which he played a role on, but that was obviously not a standalone Kendrick project. And it's really crazy how over that long period of time, people still consider Kendrick to be, one of the best in the game, to be so relevant that he could still drop and cause this much mass hysteria just, by a fake timer. That's crazy to me. That's the thing that I get from this, that there is a huge momentum behind this album. There is a huge momentum caused by the Kendrick fans and the Kendrick and hip-hop community in general to really hype up this album so much. We got this timer now. It ends on February 4th. As I said, we might get a new announcement on there, but we really don't know. For any official confirmation on this album, we're going to have to wait until Kendrick or TDE actually announce something with, an official statement behind it, with some official confirmation. And until then, it's just speculation. Until then, it's just people going crazy over the smallest hints that we get towards this album dropping. Another fact that also played into people actually believing that we were going to get something like this was the fact that, I showed y'all the tweet earlier, but in the tweet, it was signed by the name Oklama, and that's also the way that Kendrick signed his letter or his statement when he announced that the next album was going to be his last under TDE. So people just assumed that this was the same thing, and that he was working with the same kind of format here. So that's another reason why people thought that we were actually going to get this. But as I said, it turns out that this is not actually real, or if it is, then we're going to have to wait on more confirmation from him. And if this is actually real, I think that would be pretty cool. People thought it was fake, and we got this random timer, and he's just in the background kind of like laughing to himself like, yo, I tricked him all. But yeah, that's my opinion on this. That's all the information we have. Now I want to know what you think about this. Do you think this could actually lead to something? Do you think on February 4th we'll actually get like a music video or announcement? Or do you think we'll get the whole album, or nothing at all, and this was just all a big fake website and just someone trolling? All of that, let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.